Gross and Ross, Keith Ross. So this book is one of the famous book, especially in the academic domain. Like many books are available. The main approach of this book is for the industrial perspective. The people, those who are completing the course, they must be ready for the industrial expectation, especially the people, those who are working on application layer, like the computer science students, those who are working on application layer in general. So the layers, I will talk about that. It's called OSI layers, Open System Interconnect, which has 7 layers. We can imagine that there is a box. I will show you some diagram related to that. So the bottom layer, these layers are virtual layers for our understanding logically. For understanding purpose, it was created. Bottom layer is called physical layer. Top layer named as application layer. Intermediately, there are some layers. So assume that a signal which is going into the computer, that is passing through a physical layer. From the physical layer, then it will go step by step to the higher order layers. Finally, it will reach to the application layer, where that application layer is nothing but it's called app. We used to call that as an app, application layer. In that application layer only, the client in the sense the customer, the user, who can interact with that, who can visualize the data. This is a one end. The other end, from the user perspective, when the user is generating data, like sending an email or sending some information, taking a photo, or he wants to see a photo, in which layer the user can work on. The user normally will be in the application layer, because that application only is giving the interaction with the user, the computer. So the generation of data will happen only in the application layer. From there, if you want to send an email, how it will go? It will go from application layer, from the top layer to, it will come down. Finally, it will reach to the physical layer. From the physical layer, it will go to the next outside the computer. So for a single node, hereafter, whenever we discuss about a keyword node, the meaning of node is nothing but it's a one single computer. From one node to the another node, how the data will get transferred. From where to where the data can be communicated. How to decide source, how to decide destination. Who are all the intermediate persons can help to take a data from source to the destination and vice versa. So when we are connecting all those things, then it will become a course of networking. So that's the idea. So this book actually is talking about the approach from the top-down approach, from the application layer to downwards. But earlier and the other some of the books, normally they used to follow from the bottom and approach. It means they used to give an explanation how the data, which I have started in the introduction part now, what is the meaning of signal, what is the meaning of systems, sampling theorem, how it is getting sampled, how to convert, all those things. All these things are happening in the physical layer. So in our course, the priority is given for the higher order layers. We will be discussing very minimally about the physical layer aspects. Since you are a communication engineering students, computer and communication engineering students, the other courses actually dealing with that, like signals and systems, DSP, and communication, analog communication, digital communication, all these courses will deal with that. So we need not to study the same thing here once again. So keeping in mind that, so the other higher order layers have been given with more focus here. That's the idea. So I will open that book. You please have a look on that before starting, because I will share that material also to all of you. Please hold on, I will open that book. Just a minute. Now I am sharing the link. Yeah, is it visible to everyone about the book, Computer Networks, a top-down approach? Yes, yes. So this is a book throughout the semester we are going to deal. I will share this material to all of you. You can start learning. So please don't expect that the teacher has to give the instructions to proceed. No, that day is gone. So thanks to COVID. So because of this situation now, with the flipped learning. So we are here to discuss in the classroom. We will inculcate that practice so students can have a glance of during the discussion time the topic which we have discussed, and there must be a participatory learning. Resources are plenty. Only the individual members they have to dedicate their own personal time for your own academic growth. So if you focus like that, it is very easy to cross all those things. Things are very simple. If you are having any doubts related to all these contents, we can discuss in the regular class. So using a PPT materials which is already available, we will discuss in the class. We will dedicate one session for a discussion period. If no much questions are there, then we will continue that as a class. We should not waste time, especially there in the that hour will be fully dedicated only for the discussion. It is fine. Actually, it is dedicated for that. Okay. So now, if you see here the contents, the computer networks and the internet. So you see that approach also they have given in a reverse way, which I told no. Application layer, transport layer, network layer. In the network layer, there are two components. One is called a data plane, another is called a control plane. Then link layer and wireless and mobile networks. So this is the way they have explained. If you see some intro here, you can have the OSI layer. What is the meaning of OSI layer? All those things will come as per the procedure. Yeah, I will open some content over here. So the materials, the book content which you see here, the PPT which I am going to use was generated by this author. So there will be a lot of coherence between the PPT content and the book material. So in that fashion only we have selected this materials. So we will be discussing about theoretical perspective of content using a PPT. The detailed things available inside the book. So only the knowledge base which we are discussing on PPT, it won't be sufficient. So we will get, because this book, to understand all these component, we may require many base knowledge, like as what is the signal systems, communication foundation, analog communication, digital communication, and many courses, whichever things we studied earlier, will be helpful to interpret what is the meaning of that. So I will try to give the maximum amount of knowledge base to everybody, but it is there must be the synchronization between the data which is given here for all of you and how you are proceeding with that. Based on that only you can enjoy of the learning. This is a one track. So there is another track, especially in our course, that's called because of the lab component is there in our course. This lab will give you idea whatever the things which we are studying here, but sometimes we may be in advance because the lab step by step we will proceed, but at the end of the lab component there will be some term assignment. The more weightages will be given for a term assignments, so you can do the hands-on part of the assignments because plenty of materials are available in the I will give all the resources how to go about. By clicking something you will get something as output something, but that is not a learning. How the source of data it is produced, how it is propagating or from moving from one point to the another point, intermediately what are all the processes are happening. As an engineer you must be in a position to visualize everything in imaginary fashion at least. Then you must be in a position to redo the things by your own. So that's the idea. Okay. So if you have a look on this all book, no, you will get the complete information. I will share all these materials. Our AIMS portal, you can get everything over there. Yeah. Yes. So why I am showing this content, the PPT which I actually I'm going to show you now, that is a summary of the book, but lot of theory will be there inside. Especially this course is a majority of content will be in a theoretical aspects, but that theory can be visualized through the lab component. So we will try to explore more on the lab to get a feel or to get an experience of the course. Just a minute. Okay. So with this intro about the resources, then we proceed with the, so here you can see what is the meaning of multiplexing, what is the meaning of communication frequency, and what is the bandwidth of that radio channels, all those things they used to describe. So for this, no, we must have an idea about the signal systems, communication systems, and all those. So I think since it is networking part is coming, I'm not going in depth about what is the meaning of communication systems. So you already have studied about that in the analog communication or communication engineering course. Okay. So with this, we will proceed with our presentation slide. Now I'll go to presentation slide. எதுக்கு தான் அதான் தருவோம். ஏ மாதவ் காலைல போய் பேசு. Hello, I'm sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. My application got closed. Now I have opened once again. So already the recording is in progress. It's fine. Now I'm sharing the PPT now here. We'll go step by step for the lab component. When the lab sessions are coming from the next week onwards, that time period we will dedicate for our lab course every week. And for a remaining time period, we can spend time for the theory and discussion and all those. So, since it's an introduction session for the last week, we had a discussion about the foundations part. Yeah. Now, I will share the screen and share the entire screen. Then that will be easy. So, is it accessible, visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So this is the chapter 1, the intro about this total book. Actually, the introduction is given. So the goal in this chapter, what are the different types of the keyword is given, no, the field. Okay, what actually we are going to study inside. So that field we have to get it by having a completion of this introduction chapter. Everybody will get that field. And what are the important key terminologies? More depth, the detail later in course. The details will be there later. An approach, use internet as an example. So this total chapter, introduction chapter, internet was taken as an example. So what are the content is being discussed here? What is the internet? What's the protocol? What is the meaning of network edges? Host, access net, physical media, and core, network core. This is network edge. I will take the So edge means, from the keyword itself, it is having a edge meaning. So it is available at the edge of the network. So network, maybe you may have something like this. There's a source and destination, intermediately multiple things from there. It can have multiple things, multiple node. Each round which I have drawn as a node, already told, each node can be visualized as a one computer. Edge means this is the edge over here. Say edge devices, like our computer, like in our mobile phone operating system, a device which is being utilized by the user, end user. Let's call edge devices. Network core, okay, from our computer or our mobile phone, how your data is being communicated from source to the other destination. So intermediately, many things are needed. So from this edge to the another edge, our final objective is that as a CCE student, your core is too much here, computer and communication. And the source of the data is a computer. How that data can be communicated to other end. Okay, how it happens when you go for any interview. Majority of the questions they used to ask from this particular course. If you understood certain things, we need not to have a much preparation on foundations part. The recollection only it may be required for some other the keywords and definitions of that. Okay, so the network core, there is a name is called a packet and circuit. So it's called a packet switching and circuit switching. From here to here, some data has to be flow. Assume something has to flow from source to the destination. But it is not easy to send the information. So intermediately we may require some devices. That's called switching devices. So that's switching devices, how it will operate. There are two types of switching. One is called a circuit switching. So the ECE, electronic students, no? They used to design the electronic circuits. So all our computers are functioning based on the top of the electronic device only. So the computer science, they may be utilizing these devices for the application perspective. But creation of the computer itself, the core of ECE, all the internal VLSI design, how the chip is being manufactured, and how to integrate all the hardwares and communicate that information to other end. But when it comes to the case of the application layer, the computer science students or in the course of computer science in general, majorly they are focusing on the upper layer of the OSI. You can search with the keyword OSI. Anyway, I will come to this about OSI layer. OSI layers later. Okay, so majorly the computer science dealing with application layer from the top to down. But electronics and communication, the electronics based students, they used to approach the same hardware from bottom to top approach. Okay, so here we are going to discuss based on top to bottom approach. Okay, then performance. Okay, how much loss is there? What is the delay? What is the meaning of throughput? All these keywords we are going to discuss, and how to communicate the information in the secured manner. Protocol layers. What is the meaning of protocol? How many layers? During this time only we will be discussing about OSI layers. What are the different types of service models are there? So this chapter 1 is actually dealing about that. So what is internet? The first topic actually we are going to talk about. What is the internet? So I hope all you have already access to the campus earlier. All of you, yeah, during the first year, and you people were there inside a college, is it? All of you. So have you visited a department? EC department? Hello?
Yes.
Only for lab, sir.
Only for lab. No theory classes you haven't attended, is it? Because the last second year, now you are in the third year. Full second year, you were there in online. That's why I'm asking. So I'm going to give you some explanation based on the content which you are seeing here. So are you aware of the computer lab? Computer lab 1, 2, 3 in the academic block 2? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Then everyone can get a feel of this. That's right. Okay. So assume that we are working in the lab in the academic block 2 in our institute, academic block 2. So we will take a scene where we used to work with the computer, academic block 2. From there, when we start imagining, how data is moving from there to the outside the world. If we can understand that, if any equivalent scene or scenario, if it comes to the our discussion, and then everything we can easily recollect. It's a training and our network. Yeah. So assume that this is the institutional network. Okay. Inside our college campus, it's called institutional network. Like this is one type of network. What is the other type of networks are available in our home? Also, we are having a networking. And there is another type of networking, it's called a mobile network. So 3 different types of networkings are there. At present, we are utilizing all these facilities. So this home networking is being increased like multi-folds because of this COVID situation. We will be discussing about that. So now today, what are the important key points are there? So have you noticed that in our lab, almost around each lab around 50 to 100 computers will be there. Have you noticed that? All these computers got connected to the main building. There is a separate, assume that this is an AB2. So something is connected with the ICTS, head office, ICTS. They got connected. So everything is being maintained from there. Okay, this is in AB2. AB2. Computer lab 1. Computer lab 1 or 2, whatever. Okay. From this lab, so please let me know how your data is flowing from one computer to the ICTS head office, which is there in the main building. Anybody? Yes, please. So during this discussion, when we interact, a lot of things what we do every day you can easily correlate. Yes, please. So you need a roll number. Yes. Any volunteers? Gokul Krishna. Gokul Krishna absent or present? Hello. Miss Divya, you please make a note. If the people is not responding, you please send me that information in the chat box. Okay. Divya?
Okay, sir.
You please type all these members' name in the chat box. I will give an absent for those people if they are not responding. I will assume that they are not there in this. Okay. Janvi? Okay. Please make a note. Janvi. Vishwanathan? Yes, Vishwanathan. Today's account we are having 2 members. Divya? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Vishwanathan?
Sir.
Yes, pa. What question I asked? You can give an answer later. First you tell the question.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Vishwanathan?
The computer, the main building connection thing, sir.
Please repeat. Yeah, Vishwanathan, where are you now?
Sir?
Where are you?
I'm home only, sir. But I don't have the headphones, sir. My headphones mic gone, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So some background noise is there.
So that it's too noisy, sir.
Yeah. Please be in a silent place. See, everybody, all of you, you are spending money, no? Per hour, if you estimate.
It's today, sir. It's today morning, so that I couldn't get it, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, please tell me the how your data which you are communicating from the academic block to computer lab 1 to the main building. There is a headquarters of ICTS. How the data is communicating? That's a question. Anyone can answer, please. Please feel free to discuss. Then you will get a lot of insight.
Sir, I'm not sure, but I have seen network cables put across the path.
Have you seen that? Any network cables?
Yes, sir. Across the paths I have seen.
Oh, in the pathway you are seeing some cable. Now I am
Nearby pathway.
Yeah, you start explaining from the computer. From the computer, have you noticed any cable which is doing connectivity, network connectivity? So if you have taken any computer, in the back side, if you see, there will be a cable. It's called a LAN cable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where that LAN cable is getting connected? It has to go to somewhere, no? Where it is going? Is it going directly to the ICTS head office or ICTS?
No, sir. Somewhere it connected to the box, sir. In between.
Yes. I need this answer, Raghavendra. So which box have you noticed anything there in a lab?
Sir,
Something light, some LEDs will
Yes, sir.
be blinking continuously. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir.
In some labs where we can see, normally they used to, for combining lab 1, lab 2, lab 3 combinedly together, only one big box will be there on the top of the ceiling, nearer to the ceiling. Have you noticed?
Sir.
Yeah. Is it possible to name that device? What is that?
No, sir.
Yeah, anybody, even tell some wrong answers. Do mistakes here. The participation, that's very important. Shiva Kailash. See, the students must respond. for the queries asked during the online class. Otherwise, it will be marked as absent.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
please. Yes, Shiva Kailash. Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please answer for my question.
Yes, sir. Like, can you repeat the question, sir? I got a lag.
Okay. Anyone can give a question. Kishore Kumar.
Yes, sir.
What you asked? What is that name of the box, sir?
Understood, Shiva?
Name of the box.
Name of the box,
Okay.
which you see in the lab.
Sir, I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Have you
Yes,
noticed
sir,
that type of switching element in the inside a lab?
Yes, sir. I think I have seen that, sir.
That's
But,
called
I don't
switching
know the
elements.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, that's okay. I will come to the point. So that is named as the switching element. This is that. This is called that switching element. Okay. This is named as that switch. Like there are three types of switches are there. Switch means what? Which will connect one point to the other point. If you are having something input, but I am having output as a multiple port. So the input data, if I'm giving as an input, no source, to where actually it has to be connected. Assume this is my input port number 1, this is port number 2, port number 3, port number 4. Assume this is our switching element. From the port number source input, the output has multiple 2, 3, 4. The data which is coming in through port number 1, through which particular port actually it has to be connected, either 2 or 3 or 4. That is decided by the device which we use. There are three different devices are there. One is called, so today I will spend time here. So this is a very fundamental base. If you are clear with this now, hereafter all your interpretation will be very easy. So this device, it has three components, that will be coming here later. First fundamental device, which is named as a hub. Hub. Have you noticed the hub? Have you used any hub, USB hub, something like that? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 3-port, 4-port USB hub. When you connect the input USB port, you can see the multiple ports will be there. Simultaneously, this port will be accessible in all port equally. If I'm connecting with the USB as an input, that same USB information will be available in all port equally. There won't be any intelligence on that. It is a just physically extension cable like that. That is named as a hub. It's very fundamental. Okay. Next one is called switch. 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 The switch is having some sort of intelligence on that. So if I see this one in the OSI layer perspective, the hub will have only the physical layer component. Physical layer. We will discuss about that in forthcoming. The switch is the next level of intelligent device, which will have some information which is called MAC address. Have you noticed that? What is the meaning of MAC address? Are you aware of this? Each devices, network devices, will have a MAC address, MAC ID. Medium access control. MAC means medium access control. So this device will have that MAC address. This switch only normally you used to see in our college, in the inside a lab. So this switch will have a MAC address. Through that MAC ID, we can configure which computer data to be passed through which particular port number. That type of intelligence we can do. For a layman level understanding, the source has to communicate, or it has to pass the information through any of the port. Which port is freely available? So assume that at present the port 4 is freely available. So that must be understood by the switching element. One wants to go out. One wants to send some data to the outside. Port 4 is freely available. So it has to use only through the port. The data has to come out. That intelligence can be done by using a switching element. So as per the OSI layer, it will have the physical layer and combining both physical layer and MAC layer, medium access control layer. So whenever you see hub, hereafter in your mind, you must get, okay, the hub means it which has only the physical layer, which don't have any intelligence. And whenever you see a switch hereafter, in your mind, immediately you have to get a 2 point. It has a 2 layers. One is called a physical layer, another is called a MAC layer. Okay. And at your home, all of you are having some devices which is having a broadband internet connectivity. That internet connection, how it is getting connected to your computer. Which device actually is being utilized? Anybody? Hello? Any volunteers? Prashant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, we use wireless communication, sir, in houses.
No. I'm asking about the device. Which device actually is used to?
For the network connection or the device which we use? We use laptops, computers.
No, for actually you are getting the internet data
Yes, sir,
from
we
the
use a router.
service provider. Yeah.
Router, sir.
Router. Yes. Router. The router is another keyword. So the third one, the another device which actually I want to talk about is called a router. Okay. Router. The router is having, it's more intelligence than switch and hub, and which will have the additional features is called network layer. The router will have an IP address, but the switch won't be having any IP address. So whenever hereafter, if you see, there is a router. The router is nothing but a device which will have a network layer, which will have a MAC layer, which will have a physical layer, all these three. If you take a switch, the switch will have only MAC and physical layer. Hub, if you take, only it will have a physical layer. This interpretation is very, very important. So in the diagram, whichever things which we see here, this is called a Wi-Fi router. Okay. So in our institution, in a college, in a lab, we are having all computers. Everything is get connected with a switch. Okay. So have you seen inside in front of the classrooms? Have you noticed that Wi-Fi routers, which is being kept in the ceiling of the veranda? Have you noticed that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Wi-Fi connectivity, no? So that is also called as a router. The same router you also may be having at your home. It's called a Wi-Fi router. So from our laptop or any our devices like networking devices, mobile phone or anything, which can get connected to the ICTS because our gateway is on through the ICTS head from the Coimbatore campus. So how it will get connected? The Wi-Fi router will have a connectivity to the main switch, but from the Wi-Fi router, all devices which is getting connected through a mobile phone or laptop now inside a classroom, everyone can get a connection wirelessly. This is happening wirelessly. Okay. So now I gave a one explanation about this part. What is happening inside our college institution? What are the devices is being utilized? The switch is used in our lab, and router is used over here. Okay, like this. This is lab 1. How many labs are there? Lab 1, lab 2, lab n number of labs are there. That means that many number of switches, everything will get connected. So all these switches will get connected. So wherever you see this type of diagram, which is named as the server, it's a main important server. Whatever the data which is coming into to our college campus, we are accessing to this server. From this server only the data is coming in, data is going out. From here only everything is being distributed all over the campus. So that's the meaning of that. So to do a switching operation, we may require a device which is named as the router and switches and hub. Do you have any doubts as of now?
No, sir.
Which happens inside our college lab or facility. Now, whenever all these devices are got connected, how we are going to get an internet connectivity to the outside world? So we need finally the internet owner. So there is some service provider named as a ISP, Internet Service Provider. From there we used to get the IP. What is the IP address for our campus? Anybody knows about it? What is the IP address? How to check? If you are inside a campus, how to check the IP address of that? If you go and type it in the here, if I type here, what is my IP address? IP address. If you type this, I will get something here. What is myIPaddress.com? Currently, this is my IP address, which is actually is given by the my service provider, because I'm having the broadband connectivity. That broadband connectivity is provided by the Kovai FiberNet Private Limited, Coimbatore. So from here, I'm getting these people are service providers. They have assigned some IP address for me, 103.139.35.187. This is called IPv address, IPv4. We will be discussing about what is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6 later. At present, just you will keep this in mind. This is called an IP address. So this IP address can be, this is called an internet IP address. Service provider, they are providing this. If I am getting connectivity through a VPN, then this IP address will be different. That means the internet data which is coming into my computer now, which is using this IP address. Through this IP address only, actually every person will be tracked. Okay, the packet is moving from source to the destination. Which IP address actually is being used, from where to where it is passing. Okay, this IP address is being assigned by whom? Okay, Kovai Fiber. Okay, Kovai Fiber, when they have created this IP address is not permanent. So if I am switching off this network and switching on once again, I will be getting the new IP address. That's called a dynamic IP address. But that is called dynamic IP address. There is another IP address is called static IP address. I will talk about that in just a minute. So when you are connecting through global,
Yes, sir.
hello? Yes. Is it accessible? Yeah, somebody was asking something. Yes, please. Any doubts, please? this is called the IP address which you see here, no? 14.139.187. This IP address 187.130. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this IP address, it is called static IP address. Now I am connecting to this server. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually I was attempting to change my IP address. That's why there was a disconnection in my network. Once again, I am trying for that. Please hold on. Hello, am I audible now? All of you?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, yes.
So now very important content which I'm going to discuss here. So now I got connected with the IP address 14.139.187.130. This is called a IP address. Now I have connected to our college network. After connecting to that college network, if I am searching the keyword of what is my IP address, you just will see here. Because now I got connected with our college network. The expected IP address any guess? What would be the IP address here? 136, 136, 232, 217.102. Anybody? This IP address, it is actually an internet service provider. The Geo, our college is getting an internet connectivity through the Geo network. That Geo network gave this particular IP address to our institute, the Amrita. That IP address only you are seeing here. Hope you understood, all of you. So like that, whenever we change the different resources of service provider, we will get other new IP addresses. We will be discussing about all those things later in the forthcoming topic. Okay. Now why I'm talking about here is that this is here, no, ICTS, how it is getting connected, that's called a IP address. So how these IP address is assigned for us? How? There is two ways. One is called a static IP, then another one is called a dynamic IP address. Okay, that's the way how we are getting internet connection. Okay, we will talk about this ISP later. Now we'll come to our home network. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, so we'll come to the home network here. Inside a home, how are we getting connection? The same way. Assume there is a service provider. That service provider may be a Jio or Airtel, whoever it may be. It is getting connected. In our home, we are having some devices called a router. It is called, actually both are combined together. It's there in our home, which you see as 2 antennas or 4 antennas will be there in the routing device now, which is having two operations. It is performing two operations. One is called Wi-Fi connectivity, and it is doing a routing operations also. Both were integrated inside a single device, the switching element. So through that, we will get there is a provision also LAN. Through LAN also we can get connected. So LAN cable can get connected with the computer, and wireless medium can be used here to connect with this one. Okay. Now, in this computer networks course, we are going to study about how the overall connectivity happens between edge devices. What are the meaning of edge device? This end where what all the devices are there, that is called edge device. Edge, in the edge, what devices are there? This is the switching elements. Okay, and this is also another switching elements. It is in our home, how it is getting connected. And there is another scenario which I was talking, mobile network. For the mobile network also, there will be a service provider. The service provider will get will provide the service activity through a mobile cell phone tower. So we all getting a internet connectivity like this to our mobile phone, to our laptop, through a service provider identity number is called SIM. So that is acting as a licensing tool to get access to the mobile connectivity. That's called a cellular connectivity. And we can access through that also to all our wireless devices. So what is the role of the computer science people here? In general, in a computer application developer, they used to work on the application layer, which we are discussing here. The role of communication engineer, but you are having both roles. As a communication engineer, you must be aware of what is happening here from the cell phone to the mobile phone, how the signal is getting communicated. We may say that yes, there is a cellular device. Yeah, but what is the property of that? So intermediately from the cell phone tower to the mobile phone, there is a wireless. That wireless can be called as a wireless channel. That wireless channel can be visualized as a system. Something is going in, something is coming out. So the impulse response model which we discussed, that can be used over here. And what is the meaning of cellular concept? All these things will be discussed in a wireless communication course. So because of that, what all the generations are there? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. Now currently we are entering into 5G. What is something missing in the 4G? That's why we are moving to the 5G now. Some demand is there on bandwidth. How that bandwidth is actually being established. So based on the physical structure, that's called a physical layer. They have made some change in the physical layer using a signal processing and communication foundations. Because of that only the 5G came. So that establishment, if it comes here, then all the devices get connected with this. So this is the third variety of networking elements. So all these devices, everything got connected through these three devices. One is either switch, hub, fundamentally is a hub, switch and router. Intermediately, you see from our home, it may get connected with the one service provider. That service provider may have the multiple server node in a different locations. So that's why this its meaning. The global service provider, because inside a Coimbatore district it is fine. So totally Tamil Nadu level, if you want to have, so then there will be a state level of WAN, wide area network. Then national level, metropolitan area network. So then the global network, the internetwork. So everything will get connected by using this fundamental the architecture. So do you have any doubts here in your understanding? Please let me know. If you are clear, because every day we are using all these equipments. Finally, how a data is moving from our mobile phone to the other end. Technically, we must be in a position to answer for that. Yes, it is starting from here how it is propagating, using this pathway, which pathway it is reaching to the destination, and vice versa. It is bidirectional. It's called a multiplexing, full duplex, half duplex, and simplex. Simplex means only one way. I can speak, the other end they can listen. Duplex. Duplex. I can send, I can receive. That's called a half duplex. Means at a time I can do any one. When I am receiving something, I cannot send, and vice versa. Full duplex, our mobile phone. Whenever I am listening something, simultaneously I can speak something. Our speech signals going from our mobile phone to the outside by using a one communication channel. Whatever the signal which I am receiving back, the other end people they are speaking, we will be receiving something, no? That will happen through other communication channel. Simultaneously, two different communication happens. That's why it's called a full duplex. That is happening here, especially in our mobile phone. All things are in a full duplexing almost. Especially, this is the overview of the part which we are going to discuss throughout the course. If you have any queries here, please let me know. Just a minute. Yeah. So now you can understand what is the meaning of the PC. This is called PC, server, wireless laptops, smartphone, wireless links, router. So wherever you see a module symbol, something like this, which you can visualize as a router. Wherever you see something like this, into that can be visualized as a switching element. Okay. So like billions of devices got connected and communication networks, what are the communication channels between from here to the service provider, what type of mediums are being used. So coaxial cable. So all these things are very important. Coaxial cable. So earlier the cable TV connectivity, no, coaxial cable. But that has the limitation on the bandwidth. We cannot go beyond certain bandwidth limitation. So now currently we are using the optic fiber OFC, optical fiber cable OFC. So this has, as of now in this earth, this OFC is having the guided material in the sense the wired material, which has the maximum amount of bandwidth facility. Not a wireless. Wireless always will have a bandwidth limitations, but OFC has, which has a huge bandwidth facility over there. That's why the fiber is used in many places. Yeah, please hold on. Please hold on a moment. Okay, I'm sorry. So like multiple devices are there, you see here. from fiber, copper. The copper cable is used, and coaxial. Inside a copper, there is a so coaxial. There is a copper medium, wireless medium, satellite. If up to now what we discussed here, all are terrestrial communication. But from the continental to continental, if you want to communicate, no, there will be some antenna which will communicate information to the satellite. It has to propagate the signal to the satellite. The satellite will communicate from one node to the another node. So like from India or the Asian subcontinent to the other country, we cannot have a, because intermediately we are having the ocean. The communication may not be possible, because still there are intercontinental OFC cables are there, which is laid on the inside the ocean. That is also there, but all these things are, whatever it may be. In addition to that, multiple ways of data connectivity is being established. If one thing is failed, we can get the connectivity from other side. So for example, what is happening when the internet packet is coming, assume you are sending some packet from your mobile phone, it is coming here, it is coming here, it is coming like this. Assume during that time when this is got failed, then how it will come, that packet will pass through like this. It will reach here to the computer like this. If it is failed, what will happen? It will pass this message to here, then it will come here like this. There is an alternative paths always exist in the case of communication. When, but if the main connectivity it got disconnected, then we won't get any internet connectivity. Sometimes, you know, whenever we are accessing the internet facility, the geo network got failed. Something where we used to get during the exam also, no. If something happened there, because of that huge bandwidth and access and all, there may be a disconnection on the facility here. If something happened inside the college, nothing will happen, because they can have a connectivity through intranet. That is called intranet. But when we need an internet connectivity, now we are in the era of cloud. Everything is there inside a cloud. We are cloud in the sense all the data which we are keeping in the main server, we want to access everything. But from my side, my suggestion is that please be independent, in the sense we should not be too much dependent on the network. In sometimes we may lose everything. For a convenience of when we are on the mobile, we can utilize that. But we have to have, it's my perspective, we have to have all our data which we have produced. It should be within our hand always. So it means you have to keep it on your own location. If you want to create a server system, that server you have to create, that should be in your pocket, in the sense in your computer. We will talk about that in the forthcoming sessions. So as a computer engineer, when you develop something, too much of the remotely available resources, accessing that can be avoided. If you want to be a good computer developer or something, you have to develop all the routines, logics, majorly by your own, or it should be on your packet, in the sense it should be on your own computer. Than accessing the devices or functions available from the outside. Okay, we'll discuss about that in later. Yeah. So these are all some devices in the funny internet connected devices. IP picture frame, this is IP phone, and internet refrigerator. So IoT. So this refrigerator has a facility, can connect with the internet. So we can monitor what is the temperature control and everything is possible. Cable, okay, sensorized bed mattresses. So the internet phones, sensorized bed mattresses. You see, it is there is a sensor. If any persons are there or not, we can identify. And a remote toaster. we can connect with that before going into the home. No, we can have a switch on the device from your mobile phone. The IoT is having very important role on that. So there will be a internet connectivity always should be there in at home. It has its own lot of facility in wherever it's a double sided knife. It has a lot of convenience, but at the same time, the security aspect is also very important. In some of the English movies we used to see, so even traffic signaling, everything is being hacked by someone, and anyone can do anything on if it is connected to the network. Hacking is possible. If somebody is hacking, no, they can do anything. If they are having access to the devices. All those things to be secured. So the next major research things are going on how to increase the security of now in the last 1 month before in a Kashmir people as a drone like weapon launcher came to some location and they have launched it. That happened because of the RF signal, no, the wireless communication channel was not monitored properly. Some device is actually flowing. The signal is coming from the wireless medium. That wireless medium, what that wireless medium, before sensing that, the attack over. So we have to keep on scanning on all this. That's called a spectrum sensing. So communication spectrum has to be, especially the RF spectrum, has to be monitored continuously. All those things. These things are it's fine, but when it comes to the case of security, is very important. Yeah, we discussed about almost a major component here. So interconnected internet service provider ISPs, protocols, control sending and receiving of messages. When to send, at what time, what all the protocols are there. There are protocols called TCP/IP and HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which whenever we type it in the Internet Explorer or a browser, it is following HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. The Skype is also another protocol. It's actually followed voice over internet, VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Actually, internet protocol is meant for data communication, which already we were talking now, data. But there is a separate protocol which is incorporating, because the voice protocol has a huge bandwidth. Internet protocol is this VoIP, no? Since that communication channel has a huge bandwidth, voice also can be communicated through as a packet to ensure there won't be any delay on the communication channel. So VoIP. So to talk about that only, VoIP. So that's a reason why we discussed about initially what is the difference between signal, what is the difference between data. So with that interpretation, if you see hereafter, everything will be easy. So the TCP/IP is dealing with data networking, and the another just a minute. Yeah. So there are some. There is a this is called VoIP 802.11. 802.11 is the Wi-Fi protocol, which is actually helping to connect from the this device to this communication channel. This 802.11 is purely on communication related protocol. All these devices, the foundation is on that. There is no difference between this is communication related, that is a computer related, nothing. So all are merging together. So without having a hardware, the computer programmer cannot work. But at the computer program, without using, if the hardware is there, if nobody is using, then what is the purpose of generating that hardware? or creating that hardware. So somebody has to use it. So for that, the computer engineer is reading. So like that. So there must be a balance. It is mutual in the sense that's a way of how we perceive things. And on the demand, what is our requirement? According to our requirement, we can choose the way how it is, how to go to the next level. Okay. There are some important keyword standards, no? RFC, request for comments. Whenever you go for any new standard 802.11, current standard 802.11 AC, have you noticed that AC? If you are having in your home, if some device like this routing device, if it has only 2 antennas, that will be the another case of 802.11 BGN or any standard. If you are having a 4 antennas at home, that maybe belongs to 802.11 AC. That means the 2 antennas is used for 2.4 gigahertz communication. 2.4 gigahertz. So the another 2 antennas were used for the other communication is called a 5.8 or 5.4 gigahertz. For a HD television, if you are having internet connectivity at your home, why I am saying is this: before going for purchasing any devices, if you are going for purchasing a TV, smart TV, whether that smart TV has any facility like this 802.11, 2.4 or 5.4 gigahertz, that facilities are not there, we have to look into that. Even mobile phone, if you are purchasing some devices, some model, for example, recently I was looking into that in a Samsung mobile, M series, M01, M012131, something is there. The meaning of Samsung M30311 or 31 model, 31 means actually it has something additional feature. What is that? That feature is nothing but the mobile phone itself has 2.4 gigahertz with that 5.4 gigahertz. So it is very easy from your mobile phone to your TV, which is having that facility of a 8 Wi-Fi connectivity with the HD quality. So that's the idea. So for that we need to have some sort of protocol, like in every day-to-day life what we do. Please hereafter you start perceiving things in this fashion. Why it happens? What is the protocol is being followed? How it works? You start ask questions. So I'm expecting more interaction from the forthcoming classes. You please ask me about how this device is working, what protocol, all those things. Yeah. So with this, I will stop for today's session. Hope the session was helpful for all of you. Any comments or any input you want, you please let me know. So meanwhile, I will share the attendance link. Please hold on for a moment. Any queries, please? Hello?
Sir, no doubts.
No doubts. Everything is, everybody understood everything. Good, good. Srivani, Vignesh, Shankar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So is it possible to give a summary of the content what we discussed now today? So meanwhile, I will prepare the attendance sheet. Yeah, for a minute, not more than that. Yes. Are you available there?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So, like, we saw the types of networks, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Then hubs, these are water hubs, which routers.
Yeah. Then
Then switching elements and all, sir.
switching elements. Okay. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So now I will share the session. So today is actually the 4th hour. Am I correct, ma'am? Divya?
Yes, sir.